Hey guys, so if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I talk about lost media a lot, but I've never actually made a video talking about lost media that's been found. And before I get into it, I want to say thanks to the Lost Media Wiki because they have a lot of information for lost cartoon stuff and you should check them out. But anyway, let's start off with Dextersrood Removal. This episode was originally going to be a part of season 2, but it didn't actually air because it was really inappropriate. Dexter builds a machine to make Dee Dee less rude, but Dee Dee argues that he is the rude one. The argument breaks out into a fight and they both go into the machine, which removes their rudeness and makes rude clones of them that go around cussing at their parents, giving them the blame. This was lost media because a lot of people didn't know it even existed. It was first aired at the World Animation Celebration on February 21st, 1988. However, it was banned worldwide because of all the curses.
What up, are we? Beats the out of me! Why, you're in Dexter's laboratory, silly. I'm Dexter, and this golden-haired angel behind me is my charming sister, Dee Dee. Charmed! Off! Oh dear!
This is the sort of episode that almost sounds like a creepypasta because you have characters like Dexter and Dee Dee putting up the middle finger and doing all this really mean stuff that you wouldn't expect to see in a Cartoon Network show. There were no traces for this episode anywhere online for a very long time. There was no way to have access to it, and a lot of people were kept in the dark because they didn't know it even existed. However, it was finally released in January 2013 by Adult Swim on YouTube, Dailymotion, and AdultSwim.com. Some of you may have never seen or heard of Rude Removal, but I highly suggest you go watch it because it is really funny, and it was supposed to be a Dexter's Lab episode, so if you've been craving more of Dexter's Lab, you can just watch that episode and its extra content. Although a warning to all my really young viewers, this episode is actually very inappropriate. As you can tell by the synopsis, it was banned for a reason. Just know that if you decide to watch it. Honestly, that'll probably get you to want to watch it even more. Moving on, let's talk about Johnny Quasar. He was the original Jimmy Neutron. For the longest time, we had absolutely no leads. This was one of those lost media hunts that a lot of people really wanted to figure out. We only had a 7-second clip of Johnny Quasar and Goddard riding in a rocket ship. There was also a decent amount of pictures from the pilot, although we didn't have any video to actually go along with it. A lot of people were working really hard to find Johnny Quasar. And finally, very recently on August 14th, 2017, Johnny Quasar's actual voice actor uploaded both pilots. And yes, we originally thought it was just one pilot, but it turns out there's a 1995 and a 1997 demo. In total, these demos only last a minute and a half, but still, this is amazing to find because nobody ever expected to see the full Johnny Quasar. Although one weird thing that I do want to point out is that in a few of the pictures of Johnny Quasar we had before, they didn't actually show up in the video. Like if you look at this picture of Johnny Quasar with his parents, we did not see that in video form. I would assume that this is just concept art, but there is a small possibility there's another video of Johnny Quasar out there. Finally, let's talk about the lost media known as the unaired Gravity Falls pilot. This was a very low-budget version of Tourist Trapped, which is the actual first episode of Gravity Falls. This is a type of lost media that we knew exactly where to find it, but it wasn't going to get released anytime soon. Alex Hirsch, the creator of Gravity Falls, has had the pilot in his possession for the longest time. However, he didn't want to release it to the public because he thought it was just really bad. The plot is what you expect. Most of the stuff you see in this pilot is what happens in Tourist Trapped. However, there are a few different scenes, and the characters do act slightly different, although it isn't a huge difference at all.
Ah, there they are. My favorite twins. Dylan and Rowena.
Dipper.
Mabel.
I'm getting closer, though.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's pretty much the opposite.
In August 2016, there was a big treasure hunt that Alex Hirsch put on around the world, and the prize for completing one of the puzzles was this pilot. I watched the whole thing, and honestly, it wasn't as bad as Alex Hirsch said. Like, yeah, the style is way worse in my opinion, but everything else was easy to watch. There were some funny jokes. It was just a nice story. However, I do want to point out that there is a next time preview that has not been released at all.
Next time on Gravity Falls. The kids befriend the locals. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Your wife is gonna be beautiful.
Yes!
We see the footage in here, but we didn't actually get that in the pilot, and that means that there's more Gravity Falls content that we haven't actually seen. It's very likely that Alex Hirsch has all the footage seen in this next time preview. Let's just hope he releases that in the future. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.